I'm Kate. I work for a corporate interiors company doing content writing and marketing, and I live in a houseboat in the Scarborough Bluffs with my cat. I lived right downtown at Dundas and Ossington with 4 housemates in a lovely house, but it was, a very different situation than I live in now. I actually saw the article in a blog TO post, and then I remember seeing it and thinking, this is just perfect for me. I used to work on yachts. I've always loved boats. I was not actually looking at real estate at all. There was no way anything was going to be in my budget. I just thought, you know what, I'm going to live with housemates for the rest of my life. This is what's happening. And when I saw it, I thought, this is a doable price point because it was listed at $350. I was up at my parents' cottage. I ran to my mom and I said, look at this. Like, did you know you can live on houseboats and you can live in the bluffs? And did you know this was a lifestyle? And she said, oh my gosh, that's perfect. So I didn't ever think I was actually going to do it. It was kind of this weird pipe dream that I thought, I'll go see what it's like. And then I just fell in love with it and bought it. So right at the beginning here is my kitchen. This I've done a few changes to. It's kind of a practical size for one person, and it works. I changed out the caning on the cabinets as a little kind of DIY project and changed out the handles. And then eventually I would love to do something more practical, put in an actual oven stove situation. I just have this little, I fondly refer to it as my easy bake oven, but it actually is shockingly amazing. I also have my washer dryer combo in here. My bathroom over here is quite a nice bright space. I really love the look of it. I only have a bath, so it makes things a bit more interesting, but very cozy for the winters, and I've learned to love it, even though I'm a shower person. And then in there I have just a little kind of water closet sort of situation. It's a bit different. This is a strange hybrid between a condo. It has a lot of features that are very similar to a condo. And then there are also kind of the marine aspects. I have a water line that comes in. That's city water from the marina. I have a power line. And then my septic is the only thing that's a little different. So it's, it's not a drama, but that is something that is definitely different and a bit extra to what you would normally have to do. So this was custom built by some artist in the 90s, and it's very unique, I think, for a houseboat. I've never seen another houseboat that looks like this and is shaped like this. My inbuilt bookshelves was one of my favorite features when I first moved in. And then I also kind of added a bit of space with this cloud bookshelf, which my company, we have a line called Cappellini, which is kind of high-end Italian design. And this is one of their pieces, and it's probably my favorite thing I own. I just think it's so playful and fun and beautiful. I have a wood stove here, so that's mostly in the winter time. I heat my place a lot with that. It gives a really warm, beautiful heat to it, and kind of the whole room just feels cozy and lovely. This is my desk, so it faces the water, which is absolutely wonderful. This table actually is multifunctional, so it folds out into an 8-person table. So if I have people over, I just rearrange the furniture and then can kind of put out the table and have a dinner party, which is great. I feel like everything here needs to be a little bit multi-use or be able to pack away. Oh yes, and I always keep the corn on my desk for the ducks and the swans because they always come by and will honk to announce their presence, and then I can feed them a little bit. My couch is right now my cat's scratching post, so I absolutely am going to change that when I get the money to. Yeah. The loft bedroom, these stairs here were not original to the design. So they actually used to have to go outside and then climb up a ladder in the deck and then come through the window at nighttime to go to bed. So, I mean, artistic types, you never know. But I'm very glad that there's stairs now. I have closets on the way, and then my bed's on a little bit of a pedestal. My whole roof kind of angles up, which means that there is very low headspace where my bed is, but it's honestly, it works. So one of the more interesting features of the houseboat is that my patio is actually out through a window. So come on out. So this is my patio. The furniture is kind of a newer integration that I've done. I love this space. This is probably my favorite space on the entire houseboat. It's lovely, like in the mornings, to come up here with my coffee. You know, having the green space of the trees and everything, you kind of feel like you're in the canopy, but you still have the water down either side. And I love it here. I like the loft bedroom. It's actually great because in the winter, it's just enough of a kind of hole in that I don't actually heat the upstairs. It's just residual to heat from my fireplace and from my other heating. And in the summer, it's a really nice kind of wind tunnel with my patio doors open and my top windows open, and it kind of creates a really good airflow. So last summer, I didn't actually even turn on my air conditioning once. So a bit of changing storage. So I had a cupboard here that was quite large that we knocked out to make that into a solid wall when it was all open beforehand. I also have some storage space along the wall and a little pantry here. Oh, and then I added in a cupboard behind here for hanging my clothes, and that's about it. It's definitely minimal storage, but it really is enough to, you know, I don't feel like I'm struggling with storage. In the bedroom and on the patio, you can feel the movement of the boat a bit more, I find, because it's higher. So sometimes when it's really windy nights up here, it's kind of a giant swing, but it's so lovely. It's like being in a little cradle, and you're out like a light when you figure out that your boat is not gonna break free of its moorings. It's just a really great community here, and I would say that's one of the absolute highlights of living here. I just love the people. There's always things going on. You know, one of my neighbors does movie nights on his patio, on his floating home. We'll text each other and say who wants to go to paddle to the beach or around the marina. It's very outdoorsy, it's very social. Definitely the highlight of living here is you just can't escape having friends everywhere. It's a totally different lifestyle than living downtown, but it's so much more relaxed. I find, you know, just being in nature, being able to walk outside my door and go for morning walks, I just feel so much more centered and happy and fulfilled in a way. Before me, there was basically everyone would live here 2 years, it seemed like the theme. So they'd be here for 2 years and then decide it wasn't for them and then move off. And my 2 years is coming up in a few months, and I have absolutely no plans to move. I mean, at this point, I can't imagine what would make me move, but you never know.